Hopefully this is...
I don't feel like we have the competition tomorrow. I think this is like literally absolutely no stress at all. Because we've already made it to the final boss.
Alright, let's see. How do my audio levels look now? This is like my first time streaming and commentating, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, we got our people versus their people. Looks like we're not in any particular order. Looks like we're still waiting for some of them to join, so yeah. I tried hooking up a second monitor, and it's not wanting to cooperate, so I may have to figure out some other way to read chat. Let's just ignore that right now. Oh wow, that's pretty fast. Alright. Hello? We're still waiting on all the players to join. Maybe a moment. Looks like we have everyone. We just need to swap some people around. Reckon needs to hop out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yay, now I can see chat. Looks like quite a few people are having problems. I changed it earlier. Red draft. Spectator, that'd be me. We are playing KSU. It does that to everyone. Riot Games is nobody's friend. Hello, Red Boot. Welcome to chat. I'll pull up draft. Should pull up draft. Do I need to hide that? It's not working. There we go. Now we can see our beloved draft. I don't think we've started it yet. Let's look. Ooh, we're getting into bands. ECU Tigers on the blue side with the first set of bands. Well, with the first band. It should be band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Band in the Darius. Or the Mbessa. Mbessa's never fun to play against. Instant Aurora ban. They really want to keep Breck and our mid laner off of Aurora. We respond with the cast. They ban they ban Jesse's Viego. I know we had talked about banning Darius because he was an overpowered jungle pick. It looks like we decided against that and are going with Jarvan. And they also banned Brecken's Fizz. Yep, we are rooting for a big win for ECU. Looks like we first picked the Karma for Ali as support. That'll help with poke and keeping Miguel and whoever he's playing safe. They're picking Janna in return, and it looks like they're picking Janna Sivir. I think we may pick an ADC and then maybe our jungle here. Because if we pick ADC jungle, we get to see jungle, mid, or top in these. And we already know our bot lane matchup. Ooh, looks like the Nunu. Jesse loves his Nunu. They let it through. This might be the last game they'll ever let it through. So, yeah. There's a lot of champions to choose from. Who are they picking? It doesn't matter. I'd probably pick a jungler. Because if I had a good idea of my comp, I'd pick jungle. Yep, they picked Nocturne Jungle. What are they banning? Let's see. Looks like they are banning nothing. Young. That's pretty good. Keeping Brecken's champ pool limited. They already got their jungler, so we don't need to ban the Darius. Who are we gonna be banning? We banned the Quinn. Nathan was talking about how he doesn't want the Quinn to be played. Wow, 4 bans for Brecken. The Aurora, Fizz, Yone, and Syndra. Are we gonna throw another ban mid, or are we banning top? I'd probably do another ban mid so we could have 2 top, 2 mid bans. Or you could just do what they did in Target. Looks like it's another top ban. I'd pick mid laner here in hopes we could get a counter pick for our top laner, but depending on what their top plays, they may not want him to have counter pick. Ooh, yep, they picked Victor. If I remember correctly, he's pretty busted right now. Lots of overpowered funness you can do with him. What do we pick in ECU? You gotta pick something. We're picking the Silas? I don't think he has the best ults, but turning off Nocturne's lights when Nocturne turns off your lights would be funny. It's like no one gets to see anything. And then the entire map's in absolute chaos. The Renekton. Nice. I know Nathan's been practicing that for a bit now. And what are they counterpicking into it? I'd like to see something tanky on their side with Engage. Because we have Nunu and Renekton, and even to an extent Silas. Yep, there we go. Tanky and Engage, the Ornn. Are we just gonna hop straight into the game? I hope so. Yep, they're ready. Looks like the ranks are almost pretty even between them all. There we are. They're just gonna repeat the same thing and then there's gonna be a delay. Oh no, we're doing blind pick. Yeah! see what we're gonna do now. Because we will, in fact, be waiting for a bit. So let's try and do this. Today's champion. Let's go Yumi. Oh, it's 2 U's, am I? Not female, not a support, not a cat, and it's later than earlier than 2019. Let's go with Scion. He's male, top, revenant, so undead. Next that comes to my mind is Malachi. Malachi's it. Yep, now we got the spectator delay, so we should get in the game in 3 minutes. Doesn't have mana. I think Garen's older. So he has energy. Kennen? Kennen's not a revenant. Okay, let's think this through. Oh, it's Trendemir. Yep, it is in fact wind time. It should be Trendemir. No. What other resource is there? We have mana, we have manaless, we have energy, we have fury. Is it Renekton? Or Nasus? 2010. I'm thinking Malachi. This is not going well. Shadow Isles and Noxus. I don't know people who are Shadow Isles and Noxus from then. Who's just top? Y'all may actually be able to help me. I say that because there's a 2-minute delay. Any guesses? Within the minute we have? Nasus? But what other resource type is there? Guesses would be greatly appreciated. And yes, it is winning time. I think our draft is pretty good. We have a solid engage. We have solid DPS. What's Shadow Isles and Noxus? It's not Zen. And let me just, we'll get back to that later, probably. And when I swap over, should start, yep, that's right. All right. Once the game loads, we'll check out my commentating skills. Excuse me, right? Maybe the game took a bit. That is a good guess. It probably is York. You'll hear that like 2 minutes later because there's a 2-minute delay, but we'll figure that out after this game. Hopefully. Give me a second. Oh yeah, he probably does have mana. I think he does. Riot. Unable to. Spectator data? I've never seen that before. We are having technical difficulties. Hopefully it can be resolved. Otherwise, I'll have to do some weird stuff. Uh, well, something happening. Riot. This is promising. It's showing a loading thing. We're in. Yay. We're good now. Oh, one of their computers died. That's why it took a while to load. Well, as we are getting into the match, yep, because it took a bit to load. Don't worry, we aren't missing out on much. There's a pause. He likes to scale. He likes to scale. He'll fall off a bit later. Yeah, Orn's back. Orn's back. Let's go. Looks like we're gonna resume the game somewhat soon. I wonder if I could just talk to other spectators. That's why it's a thing. Alright, we're gonna heavily scrutinize Brecken, because his cat's gonna be playing the game for him. Oh, true, it is Mordekaiser. That would make sense. because he doesn't have mana. He doesn't have energy. He has no resource bar unless of his shield bar. Slash unpause. It's slash resume, but close enough. I think they should write R in chat first. Ready? Ready. Yep. Because I'm just watching it, and the game's 3 minutes ahead of where I'm at. No, Sivir. Looks like it's going to be a somewhat standard opening. We can't do lane swaps anymore. Riot threw on a bandage solution, but they realized it was bandage, so they said it shouldn't be permanent. What's happening here? Oh, it was just a weird pause.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alright. You had spotted him. I think standing here is better because then you can get vision into the river. Like if Brecken stands here, he likely sees the Silas. Ooh, going for the late invade. Getting some trading
Minions
in.
have spawned.
And he's gonna... Ooh, he fails the ward. That's report worthy. Brecken's getting subbed out for game 2. He failed a ward. Now, we won't know where Nocturne starts. I mean, we had seen him over here, but he could go to either. The middling matchup is likely gonna be Brecken gets poked out, trades HP for wave. Victor has perma prio. Unless if he keeps trading hard like this, it only benefits Brecken. We'll try this for a bit and see where it brings us. Bot lane looks like they're even, both fighting for level 2. Ooh, Brecken comes in for a trade. And back to bot lane. We get level 2 first. Trying to prioritize use the power that the level up gives. Looks like not much happened. This lane's going a bit differently than I thought. I don't think anything's ever gonna happen top lane. That's sort of just how playing into tanks works. Especially Ornn, because Ornn does a good amount of damage. He does need to be careful though, as Nocturne's topside. Nocturne's topside and he's trading with the wave push here. It's an easy gank for Nocturne. Whereas Jessie has to do a tad bit more work. It's weird, Jessie normally won't do full kills. Oh, now the lane's going how I thought it was. Now he's getting poked out, trading HP for CS. Even though he does have a CS. The best time to be trade in here, Nathan. You're gonna get ganked. Oh, but we see him on the ward. Is there gonna be a fight over Scuttle? No, there's a fight going on mid. You land the snowball on Victor. Victor has to flash. Hey, he lands the snowball. We get out. Top just doing some more heavy trading. We see Nocturne go by mid. Oh, he's helping Victor push mid, so he can just base. He'll likely TP back. Oh. Moose with internet issues. Coming for a gank bot, it gets spotted. Jenna's gonna... Ooh, that's a great tornado. Because it scales with distance. I guess you probably just miss the champion better than I do. I like this bush cheese. Because if he walks up, he's dead. Should get level 4 here. Yep. Get level 4. Looks like Brecken's back mid. Junglers are going to start in their second clears. More heavy trading mid, which benefits Brecken. He has, he should have sustain, should have second win, compared to Victor's not. They're both moving on to their top side quadrants now. There's probably going to be a fight for grubs. I think Gianna moves from here. We may have to give grubs, but if there aren't any support roams, then it'll just be down to who gets a pick. Orange should tick over to level 6 here in like a second as well. I'm blaming that on the lag. Brecken looks like he could be looking for something. He has Victor ult. He is a level up due to Nocturne taxing. Oh, he goes in with a flash. He lays down his combo. Oh, but he gets stunned in tower range. So he trades the kill back over. But I think that secures grubs. Now, Miguel has to be careful. The wave's pushing away, Nocturne's coming down, and Ali isn't there to help support him. But it looks like, knowing that we're on grubs, they are going to try and trade it for dragon. I mean, I don't think we have vision, we don't have teleport. So I think it's just gonna have to be a give, and that's fine, because we trade objectives. And that's to be expected. Looks like Janna's roaming towards mid lane, seeing if they could get something done. I think we know they're on dragon now, so we're actually going to look for a fight. Nocturne does tick over to level 6, so our bot lane doesn't have the vision they'd like to get on the play. Ooh, nice new ult. Get the kill on Nocturne. We're going. They have to. KSU has to run out here. Plus, they almost trade back onto Brecken. Sivir gets hit by the bouncing grenade. And because she auto-attacked, Jin got vision, could auto-attack back. I think we just need to get out. Don't go any further, Miguel. No! What are you doing? Oh? He manages to turn that. Okay. That would have been a scam. Like the biggest scam of the century. Let's look at items. ADC should be about even on gold. What button do I have? Oh no, we're like 600 up on Miguel. Jungles are pretty even. Mid now may be harder for Brecken, considering once Victor backs and spends all his gold, the poke will be a lot more prominent. Yep, Ali doesn't need to be in lane right this moment. Although it would be nice to help the Jhin farm under tower. Looks like tops are resetting their mids off the map. But there's nothing to play for. We shouldn't be taking fights. I need to put up objective timers. That would probably be nice. Ah. There we go. Now we can see objectives. Like, Jesse's looking for an invade or something mid. Little do they know, Nocturne's actually crossing over. Let's watch this. Nocturne get the smite off? He doesn't. So Jesse successfully steals the chickens and gets out to live another day. You looking for something mid? I don't think anything. Oh, bot's fight's going on bot. He chunks Sivir. Janna's just gotta stand in the way, but I think she'll actually die. Spectator stuff. Oh, they both get out alive, but still, they lose an entire cannon wave, and they're gonna also have to lose the next. So now we'll be up 2 waves in EXP, and we'll also have some tower damage.
Rampage.
Uh-oh. Like I said, the poke would be too much. Let's see what happened here. He got poked down. He uses his E aggressively. And then Victor just chases down, punishing the fact that he has no E. He does have to use the flash, which will make it nicer for Jesse to gank. But is it worth it for the kill? I'm going to speed back up to catch us up to real time. Now we're back to real time. Looks like not much is going to be happening. We'll want to slow down the game. Actually, there's probably going to be a fight for grubs. Looks like Ornn's getting ganked. Play. And yeah, you can't chase an Ornn under tower. Especially because he has all... He gets that off if y'all are dead, but that almost secured... No, that does secure the prio needed for grubs. Meanwhile, Scorp Commander Miguel has to be a bit careful because he's in a 1v2 situation bot. We know Ali's at grubs. So he just needs to try his best to farm under tower, not get poked out too much. Nice dancing grenade. Uh-oh, spectator bug. Nunu always has his snowball. Now we got all the grubs, and Dragon's gonna be up here in 30 seconds. 40 seconds, so we may actually be able to play for Dragon. Maybe not, because they're already bought. I think if Miguel steps up, then he might be dead. Nocturne will just fly right in. Yeah, let's watch the fighting top. Oh, play going down mid. Victor's just dead. Bit unfortunate that Jesse gets the last hit. The gold would have been better spent on Brecken. But it kills the kill. And now we might actually be able to... Now they can't try to go dragon. Because their mid's dead, they have no mid prio. Their bot's back, they have no bot prio. Play in with Fate here. That was a good R2 by the Ornn. Not the best E. It's not marked. Oh, I wonder how close his Q was to coming back up. Gonna see something bot, because Jenna wasn't there. But Nocturne and Victor are here. Looks like it's a fight for us. But Nunu got the big root. And now he's turning with his ult. We have Brecken TP'd in. Looks like we actually end up cleaning the Nocturne. We turned that fight around. It looked awful at one point. And that should secure us dragon. I think Miguel's just going to try and push this wave. Brecken going in a bit too far. I guess he didn't see the Victor there. Yeah, I don't think Brecken was ever killing there. Dancing Grenade, Jin's Q does more damage the more things he last hits. So that's why it did like 300 of Sivir's HP there. Ooh, she flashes because she sees them, but she doesn't back off enough, I don't think. Maybe she does. She had her spell shield back up, it's all good now. Looks like they have tempo mid, and Noct had seen Jesse bot for a while now, so it looks like they're gonna go for an invade. Victor's gonna have to stay for that. Looks like he's walking over, give them vision to see if they rotate. That ward's bad. It basically does the same thing as this ward. That's funny, you can click on wards and it'll watch. But now they do have a great position to collapse onto Renekton. But we spot him with the control ward. Look like we're running down so we can get help from Jesse soon. Jesse wants to still go for this. I think Ornn should get out if he times his W well. Ornn does in fact not time his W well, but still gets out relatively unscathed. Let's take an item check. We have Blackfire Torch completed. Oh, Brecken's going in. He has to... Yep, he has to go out now, because he can't continue trading, especially when Victor's so close to tower. We have Protoboat finished, we have Static Shift finished, we have Aegis. Looks like we're slight... Yep, we have a 2,000 gold lead. So not the biggest, but it's still decent. Looks like we're an entire BF sword up bot lane. Yep, that's actually just about the gold diff. Looks like a play's being made bot, but Janna's ult stops anything from happening. But oh, they have the damage to turn. Looks like Sivir's actually gonna kill Jhin as well. Stop, I wanna watch the play bot. Looks like Jesse's getting minion blocked into oblivion. And Brecken's getting caught out by Nocturne. He doesn't even realize. Nothing's gonna happen top. Brecken dies. Sadly. Let's actually go back and see it. It's weird that it... Yeah, he has his camera panned here. And so he doesn't realize the Nocturne. He does get the healing off, but he needed to dash down towards Jesse to have any chance of surviving. Ooh, he wasn't careful of the last tick of his ult. So the last tick of his ult gave him tower aggro, and Ornn capitalized off of that. Looks like kills are swinging back in their favor, but we still have a gold lead. I'm pretty sure that's through plates, but it looks like Sivir's dead. Oh, giving it over to the Karma. Alright, I'm fine with that. Karma will probably use the gold better than Nunu will. I mean, tanks, once they get their 1 or 2 items, for the most part, they really don't need much more gold. Ooh, nice poke onto Janna. Brecken, you keep trying this and it never ends well. Does he have tenacity this time? He does not have tenacity. He just wants to keep throwing himself at a brick wall. Oh, I didn't notice, but I think we won feats. Is there a way to see that now? Doesn't look so. I'm just missing. Now we definitely won feats. We got 3 objectives and we got first tower. Looks like we're taking Rift Herald while Nocturne's bot. Nothing they shouldn't be able to contest or cross map. Especially because Nocturne doesn't have ult. Oh, they're looking to scrap a bit, but ECU just gotta be careful. Their entire team's topside, so no one's there to help. They haven't seen Nocturne in a bit, but he wasn't top. Oop, and Nocturne ult spot because we weren't expecting it enough. Victor teleports? That's not a good teleport at all. I don't want to watch fights go on top lane. But, because Victor wasted his TP bot, it looks like we're actually going to get mid tower. Oh, and we do use the Herald. We have to use the Herald. Brecken, with being a melee into range, never got prio, so he could never get tower damage. Now that we did, no, Jesse, you don't wanna drive it. Should be fine here. That dancing grenade did do a good chunk of Sivir's HP. Could someone ban the unofficial guy? I don't think I have the power to do that. The account I'm on, so Amber, if you could get him, just like permaban him, greatly appreciated. Wait, did I miss the kill bot? I did. Yeah, so he just walks up too far. I mean, he could chase because tower's gone, but again, he has no one bot. He tries getting a trade, but the Q being blocked and Jen is shielding just denies it. Let's try and catch back up. So like people are just shoving out waves, trying to find lane assignments. They may be trying to go for something mid. They have 3 people mid, but it's just because Victor hasn't rotated over. Oh, kill attempt on Ornn. But Ornn's 2 entire levels up on top. Ooh, and he flashes the ult at the last second, but we managed to get it. Brecken has to flash. I actually don't think so with the movement speed, but now because we overloaded the top side and they overloaded bot side, they get Dragon in exchange for Ornn's life and a tower. Ooh, but Miguel's actually caught out here. Or is it Sivir? No, there's Nocturnal. I think he has to... Yeah, he doesn't have his flash because of the play earlier. I think maybe if he has flash, he could survive. But they can't go for Otacon. Their Ornn's dead, Victor's top with no TP, and we're getting off the map. So we'll be there before they're done with it. And the fight would be advantageous for us, because we most recently spent our gold. Let's take an item check. Looks like people are just about to start finishing up their second items. Brecken's going for Cosmic second, so he can run around the fights more easily, get out of the magnetic field? Magnetic storm? What's it called? Gravity field, so he can get out of the gravity field. It used to be Magnet Storm, I'm not crazy. It's just the arcane difference. After Arcane, they changed him from Mechanical to Arcane. I see why we send Miguel top here, but that just means we can't do anything with Otacon. We need to send someone mid. Or I guess they don't have any vision of this. I still think it's risky though with Miguel being top. But they haven't caught on, or they have and have chose not to go down. So it looks like we get Otacon for basically free. Which is good because it makes their win con of stacking dragons less powerful. And it makes our grubs more powerful. So we can get more damage done. Let's see. Game shouldn't really have anything to fight over. We have Baron and Dragon both spawning in 3 minutes, so it should just be farm up, look to establish vision. Although, I'm actually not too sure whether Otacon was entirely good there. I mean, we lost 2 towers. Mid tower arguably more important than top tower. But we lost 2 towers. And I think we lost a wave or 2 mid. Anyways, it should just be... Let's farm up. Let's get to 2.5 items, because now everyone has 2 items. Brecken was going for the Cosmic. He's going for Black Cleaver, so he can hopefully start tearing a bit through the Ornn. Janna may be caught out here, but a good tornado just disallows them to chase. He should just clear the way. Oh, we're going for a gank on Sivir. Nocturne's counter ganking. I think we walk up a bit too far after seeing Nocturne go. I think, ooh, Miguel isn't dead due to a good E by Nunu. But the Victor's cleaning up. Now it's Brecken's turn with the Nocturne ult, denying them vision. Looks like we get even. And now we're ahead. We traded 2 for 1. Which is good. We don't need to push it more. I think we need to send someone bot to try and get damage on bot tower and keep someone mid. But after looking at our HP, it's probably better to recall. Let's hope nothing happens, so let's watch that fight once more. We start off with Jesse trying to get a pick onto Sivir. Dodges the tornado, but his snowball gets spell shielded. Here is where I think we walked up a bit too far, but Jesse's E and his ult just stop the Nocturne in his tracks. Here, Miguel barely makes it out alive, and Brecken looks to be dead, but due to Renekton teleporting in, we actually get a turn, and we manage to get 3 people. Also, in a large part due to Miguel's amazing snipes with Jinnar. Funny, the first time I played Jin, I didn't know you had to cast his ult for it to actually shoot. So I just opened the curtains and did nothing. Looks like we fight on Drake here and it doesn't go too well for us. Jesse's coming in with Snowball, he's going back, but Miguel's too far up. Jesse has ult again, but our Ali gets one shot. Brecken comes in with the TP, but gets stunned up, and it looks like we're just gonna have to give Dragon. Ooh, Ornn flashing over to try and pick off Miguel. Miguel just accepts his fakes. He has no flash. Wow. That was not the best team fight. I think whenever we started it, especially because now they'll have Soul Point because they get Dragon, but whenever we start it, we see Brecken, we don't see enough of them on the map. Right here, we only see Nocturne and Janna. So going on the Nocturne here is risky. And then we see them, and this is when we just need to... That's when it was too far gone. Janna knocks him back. We do get a trade onto the Nocturne, but they just continue chasing. Brecken's in too far. Been separated. Allows Ornn to go for this. He likely would not have flashed into a Renekton Nunu Jin. But yeah, that's a bit rough. Not the best team fighting. Went in a bit too early without enough vision. Like, oh, what if Nunu tries stealing? Which he doesn't. He'd have to give his life. He doesn't have flash. No way to secure it. Here we also lose bot tower, which isn't that impactful. But Baron is up now. Ooh. Looks like we just go for a little skirmish here. Miguel uses ult to sort of as a zoning tool, more of like, let's get out of here. Let's see what we're doing. We need to send someone bot. Brecken's going top, but he's going way too much the greedy way. This Nocturne actually is here and is no ult. I don't think Brecken can get out of this, but he does because he burns his flash. It's like Victor's also in a bit of trouble because Brecken turns his Magnet Storm on him, but was it worth it with Silas Flash for 2 ults? I don't think that is, because they aren't gonna... They can't force a fight within the next minute and a half, so their ults will just be back up. Yep. Looks like the pings on the dragon is their way of saying, hey, the next thing we want to fight for is dragon. The ornaments are actually starting to come through. That is quite a bit more AD. What is that? 28 more AD. So as they scale, the ornaments will continue to provide more and more value because it's just free value out of thin air. CS numbers aren't too good except for Nathan Lewis. He has great CS. I think it's because we're just maybe fighting a bit too much. But game's actually looking pretty even. We're even in gold. I feel like we have more map pressure. It's just when it comes to the team fights is when we don't use the map pressure. I feel like if we, during the team fights, leveraged the pressure we had on the map, like there were times when we had something up at top tier 2 during a fight. So if we're like, oh, it looks like we're losing this fight and we just call it off, fine. It looks like someone's gonna get caught out, probably mid here. Yeah, Jesse, you don't want to snowball
Better
there.
duck.
You have no vision, really. And now they just leave Miguel mid unattended. Nocturne ults onto him, and it's just... Oh, no. Ali made it a bit harder than it originally looked, but unfortunately she gets caught by a Janna tornado and she falls down too. Nothing's gonna happen between Ornn and Renekton. Nothing much happens between a bruiser and a tank. Nunu trying to come in. Gets flashed on by the Nocturne, but he uses the phase rush to get out so he doesn't get feared. Now that Brecken has Silas Salt, we actually can look for a re-engage, but it won't really be the best thing. Unless, what's this Sivir doing? The Ornn actually comes in on the side and gets a good ult angle. I guess Brecken's stunned up, he dives in on Janna, but he can't kill her. Flashes away. Nathan Lewis goes back in and dies. And it looks like we had a lead, but now it's gone. It's actually back to even, but they're pushing and they can likely get Baron. Or actually, they're going to get Dragon Soul off. We did deny them the Otacon, but that's not much compared to a Dragon Soul. I think some takeaways ECU needs to have from this game. Oop. Nocturne ulting to deny vision. Now Miguel's just shooting the shots blind, but we have TPs on our solo laners. We actually could come in and fight here. Granted, TP does take like 8 years longer now, but we see the first teleport coming in, and Ornn's almost dead. Janna has to ult, but Janna's almost dead. We see the second teleport, they do get the dragon, but it looks like we're gonna clean them up. Janna not gonna do much in the grand scheme of things to help kill the Sivir, but maybe Brecken can go over the wall and kill the Sivir. We do kill the Sivir. Now it looks like we're transitioning into Baron. I'm gonna speed it up so we can get caught up with live, but there's not much they can do. They just waited too long. We had our TPs. And so we just teleport in and clean them up. Bit unfortunate that we didn't get the dragon, but we got the Baron now. Now let's see what we can do with it. The game was actually dead even before Baron, because Baron gives 1,000. Oh, nope, never mind. The Baron gold hadn't came in. We're like 2,000 ahead, which isn't much this late in the game. Now we're back to live. So what I'd like to see us do here is we need to do a better job with marking the Nocturne, but I think we need to do a 3-2 split push. Right now we're doing a 1-3-1, 1 person top, 3 people mid, 1 person bot. It generates the most pressure, but it's not the most safe. What they'll need to do is they'll need to shove this wave mid and then rotate over to wherever they think Nocturne's heading. Because they're just going to perma-clear the wave, so there's no reason to stay. But it looks like we are, and it looks like a play may be able to be made onto Brecken in the bot lane. Looks like we do get the tower thanks to the long range of the siege minions. And Brecken's doing the same to top tower, and I was right, a play's getting made onto Brecken, but can Brecken escape? Looks like he can't. That's a bit unfortunate. I don't think 1-3-1ing versus a Nocturne is a good idea. But that's fine. We're getting more pressure mid. Looks like Ornn's coming, so it looks like they know it. They decided to back off. And I think the next fight is going to be over Elder or over a tower. Mid lane's sort of also the worst lane to have pushed, because the super minions don't provide you any value. If you push bot lane anytime Baron's up and you have supers, oh, they have supers they have to deal about. Bot lane's permanently pushing. If we ever do Baron, they may lose their base to supers. Same with top, except instead of Baron, it's Dragon. And mid, it's just like, no, We're actually close enough to both of those. Looks like we're going in here, but... Ooh, Nocturne has ult. This doesn't look too good. They're going on Miguel, but Jesse just zones. And we get the kill back on, but it looks like Sivir and Victor are still chasing. But unfortunately for them, they can't get anything else. It honestly, to me, looked like they had stepped up a bit too far here. Like, Jesse going in here, especially with Brecken and base. But they're able to burst down the Nocturne. Miguel does have Quicksilver's Sash, or Mikhail's, so he just gets out of it. Or, yeah, he has Mikhail's on the Ally. Ally has Mikhail's on him. So they get out of it, but now our Baron buff's over, so it's a bit harder to pressure. Oh, it looks like Sivir may have stepped up too far, but she just has so much movement speed and damage with the Mountain Soul and the Ornament. Oh, but Brecken's turning back on her now that she has no spell shield and her team has the first move, and she just gets one shot. At first, Brecken didn't respect her damage, then she didn't respect his. Looks like Ornn's going to be coming over. I'd contemplate taking the inhibitor, but I'd like to back out before anything bad happens. Looks like an ult does come down from the Ornn, and Jen and Victor are trying to pick Silas off, Brecken off, but nothing ensues. I think the Janna Victor needed to also go on the Nunu, as while it's not the best target to kill, it's the target you could all hit. I don't normally talk this much. Oh, my voice. Oh, looks like we're trying to catch out Victor, but we get spotted out, and we're just getting bot prio. Mid is pushing, and we do have TPs. So that could be something we actually try to go for as this dragon's coming up. But they have to rotate mid. But like if this was top that was pushing, it'd be more of a problem. But Nocturne's getting caught out. No, Jesse and Nathan, you need to back out. Your team's fighting on the right side. Y'all are the tanks, not the damage. But it looks like the damage is coming over to join the tanks. But Ornn and Jen are disrupting them. Uh-oh. Okay, it was just a pause. Spectator bug, no doubt. Ooh, Brecken's dead. Oh, he's not? Everyone's on low HP, it seems. No, you can't walk in. Can't walk in. Can't walk in. Don't walk in. I don't necessarily like this call here. I mean, their jungler's down, but your top laner's down. You'll need Jesse to hit the dragon, but also to tank the Ornn. Unless, if Brecken gets this good Ornn ult, he actually could prevent them from walking up entirely. I think they needed to pull it down. Who's going to get the dragon? This could decide the game. ECU gets the dragon. Brecken almost one-shots everyone. Jesse comes in to kill him. Scorp Commander, or Miguel, is killing them all. The dancing grenade with the double. Looks like they make the play to just peel off of Ornn and go and end the game bot. They also have a mid-wave, so maybe the inhibitor was actually better than I originally thought. Will they be able to end? Nathan's back up. It's a 2v4. They won't have anyone back up for 30 seconds. I think this could be the game. They need to just focus the towers. Don't worry about Ornn. He's not going to do anything, and just protect Miguel. Why does Nocturne go in on Jesse? I could never tell you. But Nathan pops his ult. He's tanking the tower. They're going to win the game. ECU looks like they secured game 1. GG and well played. That was really close. They had me worried there for a bit. Well, I gotta BRB. I gotta use the restroom. Okay, I'm back now. That may have been loud. Sorry for your ears. So, no, I can't download it. Actually, while I was gone, I did realize that in the last fight, the Nocturne being dead in place of the Nocturne being dead in place of the Renekton was actually better for ECU, because Brecken would have a harder time on the flank when Nocturne pops ult. But as of right now, uh, let's see if we have the answer to the Waldle. We said Mord, Revenant Shield, his resources shield. Join us in the course of death, Karthus. Whoa, I just saw Pentakill Singer. Yeah, he'd have something about songs. Sure. I think it's Varus. Varus E. I'm also thinking Mel Q. First, I was thinking Cannon. Oh, it could be Zareth R. It is Zareth R. Or Xrelth, as I used to call him. Orange. That's Gangplank. He's the only guy who has an orange. Vitamin C. Orange. Gun. Sword. Barrel Pirate. That looks like it's a Swain. That's default. I just thought the red matched Swain, so there we go. Waldle done. It's just 2 minutes behind. Yeah, we're just gonna sit tight and wait for game 2 to start. Looks like the players are taking a little break, maybe using the bathroom, getting something to drink, to eat. I don't know. Oop. As I say that, we get a game invite. Oh, I took her spot. Oh, because it wasn't letting me join because she was in. Uh, whoop, draft link. I can spell. I'm not sure if there was already one posted, which is why I asked. Anyways, here we are. In the champion selective game 2, we'll have to sit through the draft. We'll have to ban that guy. Are we late to the draft? Okay, it doesn't look like we're late to the draft. Uh, let's see. Oh, we're getting into draft, and Bess is our first ban, just like it was the last game. Look like we chose the same sides. Hopefully, the game isn't a run back, because that would just be boring. Let's get stuff different. Let's see a Nunu ban. Sorry, Jesse. Ooh, we see the Fizz ban earlier this time. We do the cast ban again. Our bans look like they're going to be the same. We're going to see the Mbessa cast Jarvan. They get the Fizz Aurora, really identifying Brecken as a threat and hoping they can get him on something he's less comfortable on. Yep, look like we have the same bands. Look like they have same bands, but different. Nope, they don't want Brecken to play the game. I wonder if we'll maybe not pick Brecken until the second pick phase, just so they can ban Brecken more. It's like, what if we wait to have Brecken pick, because he has enough picks? So they waste all their bans on Brecken. I for sure thought there'd be a ban for Jesse. It looks like that's not the case. It looks like we're just first picking for Brecken. And they're picking the Darius jungle. It looks like we had thought about banning it out game 1, but we left it open, and it's a coming. They got the Ziggs. Darius Ziggs. They have a poke comp. Or that's what I'd assume. Ziggs could be played ADC or mid. So it's a flex, but since they already know the mid, it's likely to be played mid. I think we'd pick support jungle. That's what I'd personally like to see here. Because we know their jungle, we know their mid. And so that lets our ADC and top picks have more utility. And fit better into our team and also against their team. We do get to pick up the Nunu because they were fearless. They're like, nah, the Nunu wasn't the problem. But Jesse's Nunu popped that game. He prevented so many engages. And I was right. It looks like we have Ali on the Nico as well. We got 2 out of 5 comfort picks. This is going really well. Who are we banning? Or, well, they got a pick. Let's see. They're gonna pick their... I'd answer with support if I were them. And I mean, you could also flex Darius into top, but hey, I was right. They pick support. They're probably gonna ban out either double ADC or a top and ADC. That's my best guess. Now the real question is this Ziggs an ADC Ziggs, which means their bot side has... I was right, we do see 1 ADC ban. I think we may ban a top and ADC, but if it's ADC, yep, we ban the top, we ban the Gwen. We don't want to see that. Do they ban a top laner, or do they throw 2 bans into ADC and pick one? They ban Nathan Zack. I'm expecting an ADC ban here from us. Oh, another top ban. I mean, alright, if we aren't afraid of the ADCs, that's fine. I expect them to pick... I'd honestly pick a top here. No. Yeah, I'd pick a top here, because then you could flex Ziggs ADC. And be like, is there something we'd rather have? But it doesn't look like it. I mean, Triss could be played mid, but we're past that meta. They're giving their top last pick. Again, not a bad idea. Anytime I'm playing top, I always try and swap for 4 or 5 or 5. Depending on what side I'm on. It doesn't matter what order we pick in here, but if I had to guess, I'd say top. Ooh, we picked ADC. I was wrong. I got almost everything right about this draft. Like, not champion-wise, but pick order, who we're picking, how we're banning, who we're banning. A bit of who we're banning. And again, we get the Renekton. Our comp's pretty different this time. We actually have a lot more engaged. We have the Nico, we have Nunu and Renekton. We have the damage dealers of Syndra Caitlyn, whereas they have the engage of Darius? Oh no, they're picking the Yordle team. They're going triple Yordle. They have Yordle sidling pressure everywhere. I wonder what happened for them to report someone. Huh. I mean, I'm ready for the game if they're ready. Oh, I guess I should switch that over. I'm ready for the game if they're ready. Let's actually, we can stay on the draft screen. They're just gonna be picking them. Maybe we could talk about draft. So, or actually, yeah, they finished that rather quickly. Hovering their champions. We're going back to the right game side. So, Kennen into Renekton. Kennen, oh! Was I right? Is it the Trist mid? It was Ziggs ADC. My brain. It's huge. I think the Trist would have prio early levels, but past 6, Cinder will just... When they get to one item, it'll be hard. Yeah, yay Nico. They did let our Nico through. That was good. We have at least 2 comfort picks. I'm not sure how much Miguel plays the Caitlyn, but it's looking good. We have engage. Especially if we can stop the Kennen from getting to our backline. As long as they build a bit of magic resist, we should be fine. They do have excellent mixed damage, and so do we. I mean, if you sleep on Nico's damage, you're gonna die. Now, let's see if we can see any creative plays from Ali this game. She is playing the Nico, and it is in a more coordinated environment than your average solo queue game, but still, if the Nico ever disguises as a minion, you best believe we may be seeing some problems. As to who scales better, that's hard. I mean, Caitlyn actually scales really good. She has strong early, weaker middle game, and scales hard. Syndra scales because she has her splints, which empower her abilities. Nunu's a tank, so if he can provide space between his carries and the enemy, always going to be useful. I'm not sure how well Renekton scales, but I know Ziggs will be fine to play the game out long, and Tristana gains range. And Darius will always be a monster late game unless if he gets locked down. But lucky for us, everyone on our team has a CC ability, so we can lock the Darius down. But the main thing I'd like us to be careful of in the fights is watching the flanks. I feel like last game we didn't play around vision too well, and if this Kennen ever gets a flank or a good TP, then it might be a bit hard. We'll need to see Ali ward and we'll need to see her ward and watch the flank. But she also has to be ready to go in. But her going in is pretty much as simple as, oh, Nunu goes in? I can go in now. But it's weird. They picked the Ziggs, so I was thinking they'd go for a poke comp. But he's burst. Tristana's DPS. Whereas we have poke here. We have engage. And our poke is also our damage dealers, so I feel like our comp is more of we're going this direction. But I think both drafts are pretty equal. Hopefully we don't have the weird bugs we had last time, because that was fun for me to deal with. I'm like, uh-oh, did I break something? Did I do something wrong? But no, everything's fine. Ooh, looks like we're getting loaded in. Hopefully we don't have anyone disconnect like we did at the beginning of the last game. Turns seem to be pretty standard. They're pinging where they're going to be standing, which their standing positions are, hey, we're going to watch for invades. Don't want to lose level 1, we're going to stand in position. Although the bot lane is going a bit farther up, so
Welcome
maybe
to
the
Summoner's Rift.
Ziggs pinged he was going further up. He's going to establish control over that bush, and he's going to get a warden try, it looks.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Well, we get a warden lane, which will help us get lane prio. I think do we see the Darius mid? No, he's just right outside the vision, and we don't even see the Tristana. Now we see the Darius. I mean, they did this last time. I'd personally, if I were them, would rather have the Darius here and the Tristana here. We actually do see it, and Brecken gets some poke on to start the lane. Granted, it's not much. It's like, this is more poke. Actually, now that I think about it, in the lane, they will almost permanently have prio. Ziggs long range poke, his long range poke. They'll need Ali's clone to hopefully lessen some of it. She could actually send the clone out to block the Q and the mantra Q. Oh, I need to zoom out to make it easier to watch. I'm pressing all the buttons, let me zoom out. And, ooh, I think he should have taken longer to last hit them, because they actually could have denied some XP. Looks like Brecken's winning mid. Just has the longer range right now than the Triss. Ooh, they gotta be careful for the level 2, which is coming here. Yep. After the melees die on the second wave, bot lane gets level 2. Granted, Ziggs Karma isn't like the most engaged, but still an extra an ability and a quick trade will do a lot. Top going for a quick trade, Brecken using his range to his advantage and looking to try and poke this Tristana out. How does Kennen have less CS than a Renekton? It's ranged into melee. You should be bullying him. Not much can happen bot. Both junglers are pathing topside. Looks like Darius will finish his full clear a tad bit faster than Jesse on the Nunu. And it looks like top won't have prio, but mid will have prio to the Scuttlecraft, so we may actually not see a Fiesta over it. Oh, it looks like top's getting ganked. He does get pulled in, and I think his dash was interrupted, but he does get a good heal, and he gets out. Oh, but Brecken's coming up from mid. It looks like they can actually turn onto this Darius, especially if you already proc face rush. Brecken with the flash in, misses his W, but I think he's dead. Yep. Not Brecken, but the Darius. Nicely done by ECU. At first it looked like Nathan Lewis overstepped, which he did, but then we were able to capitalize off of that. Like I said, mid lane had prio, so we used the prio, we get a kill. Brecken will have to teleport back to lane as it's pushing away from him, and if he lets that happen, he's gonna lose a lot of minions.
No escape.
Yep, Miguel's like, you do not get to step into that bush. But they do gotta be careful as Darius' bot side. They see him now and they need to start running, but Miguel's walking up. They're gonna try and trade. Does he get the karma? Satchel launches him forwards, but the ignite doesn't finish him off. I think he needed to flash. Ooh, Ali gets out though. I think if they reacted as soon as they saw him, they get out alive, and if they go in like they did, then you just need to commit to going in. Looks like Nathan Lewis isn't spacing properly. Maybe he's having internet issues. It's not looking too good for him. Luckily, he does have TP. TP is almost a must-take in every melee and ranged matchup, and this is why. The ranged laner will just poke him out, and if you don't have TP and instead have a combat sum, you're always going to be down in combat. Oh, looks like Darius is mid here to catch out the Brecken, who has no flash. He lands the hook, and Brecken goes down, sadly. Now Tristana has the buffs. I was going to say Brecken has an advantage because he has double buff, but he doesn't, and his TP's down. Brecken's going to take a bit of a hit. I'm not sure we saw Karma mid. Oh, but Jesse's, being the good jungler that he is actually holding the wave, so he may actually not lose all that much. Brecken only loses 2 melee minutes, which is better than losing an entire wave, and now he's setting up a slow push, which he can use to get prio for grubs. Although, the Tristana is looking pretty powerful. She's halfway to her collector. And they're actually even on gold. Wow. Doesn't look that way to me, but anyways. Should know that the Darius is top. So Nathan does need to back off a bit. Nico getting a good route under tower. Tristana jumping in aggressively. Brecken must have already used his E. Looks like Grub should be free for us. I mean, Darius is recalling. He's recalled, and we have Prio mid. Now what we do got to be careful for is bot. We don't have any prio bots. They're probably going to try and go for the dragon. And we'll just have to give, just like last game. It's fine. We trade objectives. We both get something out of it. We're both happy. Oh. Unfortunately, we don't have the HP or the damage to catch Karma out there. Looks like they are in fact doing as I said and trading dragon for the grubs. They see the Nunu coming for the gank mid. Tristana plays back. It's safe enough. And looks like he's he deceived them. They think he's gonna try and steal the dragon, but he's just trying to get his bot side jungle. He actually could have stolen it if he went there. But I don't think it'd be worth it. They'd get feats of strength. They'd get 1 feat of strength. You'd get the dragon. I think both teams wouldn't mind fighting at 1 item. Ali hasn't recalled, so she actually is pretty low on HP. This sucks for Nathan. He's gonna have trouble walking up here. He loses all his health and actually just dies. All because Kennen had the freeze, but now the freeze should be broken as Kennen ulted the entire minion wave. Brecken should... Oh, he almost gets the kill on Tristana, but he didn't have his E scatter the weak. He does, however, land it on Darius now, and he's gonna push the wave and likely recall. We know that Karma's roaming. We actually could have looked for a play here. Except Ali doesn't have flash. Now we do got to be careful as Karma's coming back down and they have the poke. So this game should be relatively slow. I don't think anything will even happen at next scrubs. Oh, objective timers again. Not sure if y'all like that, but I liked it. I could just look over and be like, oh, that's when stuff is coming up. Brecken trading onto the Tristana using his superior range and just can't get anything done back. Looks like grubs are up in a minute, dragon is up to 3. Or grubs are up in 2 minutes, dragon is up in 3. Jesse tempo recalling without taking his blue buffs so he can get a good buy and be back out on the map. Looks like he is running back top lane, and it looks like they may be trying to go for a lane gank top. I want to see this. Blue. Now's the time for Darius to enter the bush, if any. He should be in the bush now. I think he is. Why are you not in the bush now? Okay. Now he's in the bush. Now he should be able to get to this bush. So he'll be there for the counter gank by Jesse. Jesse thinks they're actually in that bush, but they're wrong. Brecken's up here way before their mid laner is, leading for us to get a double, I think. Brecken flash QR. Yep. Brecken gets a double. Brecken does lose a wave mid, but now they've guaranteed that they'll get grubs. At least I think. Maybe a bit too early to guarantee you get grubs. It looks like he's going for Stride Breaker this game to stay on top of the cannon. Not that bad of an idea. Jesse does get spotted out by the ward, so Tristana knows it's the best idea to back off. I think that has to do with whatever plot stuff we're trying to do now. But yeah, like I said, we should have prio for grubs, and it looks like we are. Renekton's basing at a weird time. We sort of need him here. I mean, if he teleports, he does teleport back, so we should guarantee to have prio. We also see Darius spot, so the grubs are just free, but it does mean that Miguel's gonna have to miss out on a wave or two under tower to ensure he doesn't die. Meanwhile, Nathan's getting poked out by this cannon. I mean, we banned 2 of his picks, but it still wasn't enough. Looks like we're trying to get the last grub, but we see the wards, though he's pulling it out, so it's harder to steal. Darius is zoning him from the wave. They're going to get the first tower and get feats of strength. But feats of strength are kind of bait. They don't give all that much stat-wise. It's like, sure, you get extra boots with 100 golds worth of stats. Yeah. No item. You cannot buy an item for 100 gold. So it looks like we may be posturing for this dragon fight, and Kennen doesn't have TP, but neither does Renekton. Kennen will be more impactful in these fights. Looks like they're actually swapping lane assignments, so Ziggs can go mid to maybe get the tower. Brecken gets a nasty stun off and gets some poke. Looks like we may actually be diving for the Ziggs. Now he does need to be careful. We don't know that Darius is in the bush here, but if we face check him, I think they actually just Ali. Oh, we see the Darius with the sweeper. No, Jesse, I don't think we can go here. Well, maybe we can. Ziggs is chunked out. Brecken's losing HP as well. Looks like they're going to be the ones to start the dragon, but Ziggs has to take the wave mid, so we have a short window where we can actually fight. Looks like Ziggs uses his ult and Darius is going on the Caitlyn. We're fighting on sides. Karma gets one shot. Darius dies to Jesse and Miguel. Looks like we secure dragon. Let's go back and watch that fight, but focus on one fight at a time. Darius flashes in and you just can't do anything to Miguel as Jesse's providing peel. Topside. It looks like he just gets caught out by all the abilities. Brecken lands everything, Ali lands everything, we get the kill. We also get the dragon. So we stop them from dragon stacking. Hex Tech Soul, it provides a slow every couple of seconds. Cannon's dropping the wave to try and kill him here. He doesn't have his ult as they traded ults in the fight earlier, so he has to flash, which is a bit unfortunate. Because Darius doesn't have the best gank setup, and now without flash, it should be a bit easier. Like they're trying to move Brecken down to bot, so Miguel can have mid to match the tempo of the other team. Bit too. Here seems fine. Ooh. Slow still isn't enough. He got to be careful. He has his ult. They can fight, but it's a 2v1. Oh, he's gonna get a nasty heal here if he gets his Q off. He does. He survives. The Darius goes down, and he almost kills the cannon. He does kill the cannon with the red buff. Brecken and Jesse come in, and they clean up the karma. That actually was a great kill, and he dodges the Zigzag. Well done by ECU. Especially Nathan Lewis. I just thought he was super dead there. But he just buys enough time for his team to come, and ooh, Brecken gets a nasty stun over the wall, and we one-shot the Ziggs. This game was looking even, but now after the Dragon team fight in these, what, like 4 picks? 3 picks? Oh, it's looking ECU favored. Especially considering we get not only 2 picks, but 2 towers. Towers actually just another kill's worth of gold. So now we're up 3,000 gold. Like I said there, Darius did have an easier time getting to Renekton because he had no flash, but I guess the items or the damage just weren't there to one-shot him. The Mertrids negated enough of Cannon's damage for him to survive long enough for the team to get there and clean him up. Looks like we're starting the Rift Herald. If you know anything about Jesse, he loves securing every objective on the map. He plays Nunu, he plays Irene, he plays to gank and get objectives. He's just like, I got the fast pass to bot lane. Requires walking through mid, but that should be fine. It's like they have a bunch of vision there. I think like one ward in that area. There was a triangle of vision. It doesn't really do all that much. But the Tristana's actually moving, and so is the Kennen, so we gotta be careful not to overpush. I've seen a player or two like this from ECU where they actually do overpush. They need to realize Kennen isn't showing on the top wave, and they have people who are pretty low. Plus, the opposing team has the poke to defend this tower for ages and need to back off. Walk up any further, oh, Kennen almost got a good ult onto Caitlyn. Miguel. Looks like we're sending Nathan top as he has TP and dragons coming up in 2 minutes. So looks like we're gonna try and get pressure top. Wait for dragon. ECU did back off at a good time. If Kennen had flash, they should have backed off earlier. Which, if they were tracking that, props to them. If not, maybe be a bit more careful, but we should be fine. We have a gold lead. It looks like it shrunk a tiny bit, but that's because we overloaded mid, which is when you send a bunch of people to one side. That's called overloading. Oh, he didn't expect a snowball because it was Nico. Good play, and they deny the Q healing. They actually could go on Tristana if they choose to walk up, but they don't. ECU, what are we doing? We asleep at the wheel? Luckily, Miguel calls them over and cuts the wave. Now Tristana should be dead. She tries rocket jumping out, but Brecken's taking tower and he's nowhere near dead. Looks like this dragon is free. I got the red buff and dragon timers wrong, so dragon was actually up sooner than I thought. But anyways, that's beside the point.
Exhale and fire.
Ziggs ulting the wave. Ziggs is a super long-range artillery mage who will just clear waves non-stop. Jesse with the Q Smite. It prevents any other jungle from out-securing him. Darius actually may be able to catch up to him here, because he has the Ghost Blade, he has the blue jungle pet. Looks like Nathan's trying to turn. We see 2 TPs coming out, 3 TPs. Looks like it's a party from KSU, but it looks like we get 1, and Brecken's gonna have to flash out to survive, which he does. Tristana flashes for no reason. She's never killing there, and Brecken unfortunately misses his E, missing the kill on the Tristana. Meanwhile, we're getting stuff done bot, and it looks like they aren't going to be able to do anything to the tower because Brecken's just going to clear the wave. Brecken, you can't walk up here. Brecken gets a bit too greedy, doesn't respect their damage enough and dies, but up until then it was really good. Looks like we're enough ahead. Oh, sad that Kennan's base wasn't cancelled. It looks like we're enough ahead though, where we got them the objective bounties. I mean, we do have a lot more towers than they do. We have a lot more actual objectives like dragons and grubs. We have 6 grubs, 2 dragons compared to their 1 dragon. But the gold difference actually isn't that much. So, right? Anyways, it looks like we're just chilling out farming. There's nothing to fight over. Dragon's up in 3 minutes. Baron's up in 4. I mean, Otacon's up, but you need kills to take that, and it looks like it is the GA Otacon, actually. So this is actually an Otacon that you'd want to force. Darius almost gets caught out there, but almost catches ECU out. The Ziggs poke does do a lot. This is why I'd like to see team comp from them that better supports poke. Because that was just 1 Ziggs Q. Hit 2 people and dealt 800 damage. I think Jesse does have to be careful here. He is going in a bit before the rest of his team arrives, and now he's almost gone. And now with no tank, he can't buy space for his team to do anything. It's like, ooh, Brecken does manage to one-shot the Tristana, and Kennen is TPing in. We need to disengage. We need to get out of here. We got what we came for. We got a kill, but here comes the Kennen. Kennen, Proto Belts in. We have the late TP by Nathan Lewis. And it looks like, oh, he gets thrown around in the box house. Oh, can they get something on the right? No, unfortunately they can't. I think at the start of that, you're playing with fire here, Miguel. 1 Ziggs ability, you're dead. But I feel like Jesse tried going in too fast. I mean, Ali was there with him. Maybe Ali could have ulted off of it, but it didn't seem all that good. And then I think Nathan also came in too late, and Jesse actually may be getting caught out, but is it him that's getting caught out or Darius as Tristana jumps into a bouncy house, and it looks like Tristana dies for Darius's mistake. Don't worry, that's just a Nico clone. Ali is not running it down. But yeah, we were able to turn there because we were there faster than everyone else, whereas the play earlier was the other way around. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at that real quick. So here, see, Ali's in position, but he just has so much movement speed. We see all 4 of them there. It's just our team's so far away, we can't make anything from it. And so now whenever they need him to kite them from the Darius, he can't. And so they have trouble walking up. Here, they're also all low, so I think they should have backed out. They maybe didn't spot the Kennen TP, but he should have called it missing from bot. Unfortunately, Brecken dies here. These plays are kind of weird, but I guess it's alright. Now, how does Brecken kill the Ziggs? Ziggs. They see him there? Oh, that's how. He doesn't see the Nunu running at him. And then the Nunu blows him enough. Brecken gets the free combo. Shows them what our combos are like as well. And then we get out. And I think that actually secures us Dragon. Because now they don't have Ziggs. We should be back on the map, which is what Jesse did. So we're back on the map before they can do anything. And it looks like they just can't walk into drag because we just have numbers. Jesse's going in for something here that may be a bit greedy like earlier. He doesn't have his team, so now he's poked out. We do interrupt the Tristana dash. Looks like Renekton is getting lower, but Darius is also so low he's dead. The Kennen gets a good flank, but his team's all dead. No one to capitalize off of it. And we get Dragon, get 4 of them. I think we need to send someone top. I mean, sure, you can try sieging his Ziggs and all, but it may not go all that well. I think Ziggs needs to hit the wave. He doesn't have ult, so maybe this actually was the play. Again, I'm not sure here if I like them taking the mid inhib. I mean, we are far enough ahead where we could maybe close the game out or force something, but mid inhib just gives them an extra 900 gold on every wave, and when they're behind, they no longer have to step up to take the mid wave. The supers will naturally push it to about here on the map. Anyways, let's try and catch back up to live, especially when there's a Ziggs. I feel like mid inhibitor is pretty bait. I mean, Brecken has TP, so does Ziggs. But maybe the mid prio from the supers, which I've been hating on this entire series, is actually allowing them to get it. They just don't want to contest Darius's bot. There's nothing they could do. We get GA Autocon, but I'd like to see what this is. Either we force a play under their tower, or we force a Baron call. If they come and fight, we die. We don't lose all that. So we go from 40-second death timers to 15. Looks like Brecken did get a nice combo off on the Ziggs. He has enough splints so where his abilities are evolved, he has 2 Q charges, which gives his ult more damage, and his W slows. Which, oh, not Ziggs, Kennen, my bad. They're both Yordles, they're both small. Hard to tell midgets apart. Anyways, ooh, we force out Ziggs Flash with the snowball. I think don't walk up much further. Yep, they're rotating over to bot tower, which is what they should do. They should have someone like Ali or Miguel or Brecken buffing the mid wave still. Here, actually, oh, I forgot they have GA Autocon. GA is Guardian Angel, an item that revives. It looks like we're actually just going to end the game here. Wow. GA Autocon, we aren't going to get punished. Even if we do die, we just go back to base. Yeah, and it looks like the game's over. We're ending. Ali did unfortunately go down and back to base, but it looks like we just killed them all. What happened? My brain was lagging, wasn't taking any of it in. Darius tries going for a pick onto them because they're clumped, but they just don't have the damage. I mean, Kennen's dead. Chris is chunked out. No one's been poked from Ziggs. It's just over. And then here, Nathan Lewis almost dies, but he gets out. Tristana, Kennen tries going in. Gets Ali with the Zanyas, but then Tristana dies on the top side, and they just don't have the damage to kill off anyone else from ECU. It's another ECU win, 2-0. You get to go to bed on time. Yay! GG's to them. They played pretty well. We played pretty well. We didn't play perfectly, but It was good. All right. This was me, XX Your Hero, Andy Jordan, backup jungler slash top laner, streaming this game. Hope you enjoyed. We played well. Let's actually look at damage charts. Look like, oh, never mind. The game's broken. Woohoo! Thank you, Riot, small indie company. Let's go. Looks like we didn't do a lot of damage on this side, but Brecken sure did. And again, same with Ziggs. Ziggs' poke just did a whole lot of damage. That's why you draft Ziggs, but you need a team fight that you need a team comp that can fight slower. But yeah, hope you enjoy. ECU win. Let's go. And have a good night. Oh. Yeah. Y'all have a good night. Hope you enjoyed the games. And hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday for our next match. And I think that may be our final or semi-final match of the regular season.